Thank you very much. Well, I'm not used to speaking in front of a lot of people, so. It's amazing to me when you kind of go through life and you talk to various people at certain times about things that shaped your life, and the Boys and Girls Club comes up in a conversation. How many people will mention to you that it affected their life? How many people will tell you something that happened to them or part of their journey of life that the Boys and Girls Club affected them, led to whatever success they have? It truly is an amazing thing. A few years ago, my father-in-law, Vince McMahon, was given this same honor to stand on this stage and be put in this Hall of Fame. And when it came up, I had no idea that he was a part of the Boys and Girls Club, because I had been a part of it as well, and he had no idea that I was. I had no idea he was, because I figured at 72, I didn't even know they had him in the caves at that point in time. I didn't realize, but him and Abe Lincoln, they went and they had a great time there. But when you look at every walk of life and the people that the club touches, it truly is an amazing thing, and you have to look no further than here tonight, and this amazing group of people that I have the honor of sharing this stage with, and you look down this list, and Dr. Dante Loretta, just a cosmochemist. Did anybody else here on the way here have to Google cosmochemist to see if it was an actual thing? I did. I'm not ashamed to say I Googled it, because I thought, look, that's something that the WWE might make up as a moniker for somebody. I could see us doing that, like, please welcome the cosmochemist, Dante Loretta. You put that followed up with some heavy bass rap music or something like that, he comes strutting down. It's money, I'm telling you. But it's legit. Cosmochemist. Tony Clark. Just legends in their field. Jason Witten, to share the stage with them. Dr. Shine, I knew what you were. Very impressed, I might add. I did not know that you had something to do with the space station. Anthony Anderson, I feel a little bit with this group like we're on the first page of a script. Anthony, we should talk about this later. I feel like we're on the first page of a script where Dr. Shine and Dr. Loretta got together because there was an asteroid headed towards Earth. And because of today, they knew the only people that could save the planet. Tony Clark, Jason Witten, Skylar Diggins, Anthony, and myself. It seems crazy, but we get on the rocket ship. Dr. Loretta blasts us into space. We go up there. We drill a hole, apparently with some kind of vacuum thing. We drill a hole. Unfortunately for Anthony, I'm pretty sure you don't make it back. It's the funny guy that has a heart at the end that he makes the ultimate sacrifice for the rest of us. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. I'm pretty sure now Tony's the one that kills you. And I'm absolutely positive that while the rest of the guys are arguing about some stupid thing that we can't figure out how to do, absolutely 100% certain that Skylar saves the day. Because let's face it, guys, that's what women do. The movie Boys and Girls Club save the world. Anthony, writes itself, right? It writes itself. You guys gonna see that? I can get The Rock to do a cameo, probably. Maybe. No guarantees. But look, in all seriousness, it is amazing at the amount of people that the club touches, and what it means to their life. For me, it had an impact on my life, and you know, sometimes I sit and I listen to the stories of various people that came up through the clubs and the things they had to go through. I grew up in Nashua, New Hampshire. There's a couple of people from here there. You know, I had a great, stable family life. I had my sister Lynn. My parents are still married, 53 years. I'd love to tell you they sent me to the club to avoid gang violence or something, but it would have been like the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts and the YMCA kids. It would all be fabricated and be junk. They sent me there because it was a cool place to go and I could stay out of their hair, right? But along the way I learned a lot of things, and it reinforced a lot of things that I was lucky enough to be learning at home. You know, I'm a big believer in that life is just kind of a series of journeys that you make. And when you're young, you make those journeys and you fly away from that nest or your base, your anchor, and you move away from it and you take the little challenge, you take that adventure. You do it real quick and then you run back to the base and you see what happens. And depending on the encouragement you get or don't get, the pat on the back you get, told you can do it or you can't, it depends on how you handle the next challenge and that next adventure. For many kids, the Boys and Girls Club is that base. It's that foundation, it's that anchor that encourages them, that pats them on the back. When they go out and they have that adventure and they come back to that base, they get the encouragement they need. They get told they can do anything. Whether they make a mistake or not, when they come back, they get what they need and they get that encouragement, and it leads to them wanting to take greater adventures. It leads to them wanting to take adventures like becoming one of the top players in the NFL, or becoming a star in the WNBA, or becoming a Hollywood superstar, or a doctor that changes the world. Those journeys and the encouragement that you receive when you come back to that base are what life is about. Everybody in this room is part of a giant base. And you do it every day of your life. And you do it without the sort of the celebration that the rest of us get. You know, we get to go on and we get to do the things that everybody up here spoke about, whether that's, you know, as Jason said, Super Bowl or scoring that touchdown or whatever that is, whether that's playing baseball at the professional level, whether that's shooting hoops at the professional level, whether that is saving the Earth from the asteroid that is about to hit it. You know, but you get those accolades. To me, the people that are the biggest heroes, to me, the people that deserve the accolades are the people that are sitting in this room. The people that every day, rain or shine, get up and go to their club. And they see the kid there that was not so nice to them yesterday, maybe. It happens, I'm sure. But they encourage that child. As he takes his adventure and he comes back, or she takes her adventure and she comes back, they're there to be that base and to pat him on the back and say, you can do anything you want to do. And push them back out for the next adventure. Without the applause, without the cheers, without the congratulations, without the big money rewards, without any of it. They do it because they choose to do it. They do it because it makes a difference in the world. That's a true hero. That has true meaning. All of you in this room are the true heroes. All of you in this room are the true Hall of Famers, because that is what you do. You give up to yourselves and you create opportunities for others to make that success. I would just like to say that a couple of years ago, my father-in-law was up here and he spoke about the WWE and what Boys and Girls Club meant to him. And he promised something at that time, that WWE would give of itself, would give back to the Boys and Girls Club, and it has. It's given some 2 million or so hours of digital media and media across the board and promotion. We reach out through our Be a Star program, which Be a Star is show tolerance and respect. It's an anti-bullying program that we incorporate with clubs around America. We give back with appearances by our superstars. We give back in every way we can. He promised that a few years ago, and I stand here today and I'm telling you that we're just scratching the surface, and I promise you that we will continue to give and we will continue to give back. And the reason for that is because the WWE has a saying internally that what we do for a living has nothing to do with the ring or anything else. What we do for a living is we put smiles on people's faces. And that is truly what we believe we do. We put smiles on people's faces, as do all of you. Might take a while sometimes to see it, but you put smiles on their faces. So the last thing I would do before I leave here is I would like to encourage all of you to go back and watch, and whether it is any of the athletes that are standing on this stage or have been standing on this stage, or myself, and I'll give you my example of what I would like you to go back and watch. 2 years ago, right here in Dallas, WrestleMania took place. We set an attendance record of 101,000+ at AT&T Stadium. I'd love for you to go back and watch that. I'd love for you to go back and pick a moment in that show. A lot of those athletes that came in that night and performed came through Boys and Girls Club. I did. The guy that runs the whole thing, Vince McMahon, did. So I'd like for you to go back and watch that. I'd like for you to watch that crowd. I'd like for you to look at the child's face with the smile. I'd like for you to look at the parents that are looking down at their kids who just saw their hero walk by and see the smile on their face. I'd like for you to see the teenager that stands and screams at the top of his lungs because he is more excited than he has ever been in his life. I'd love for you to watch the grandfather that sits and sees the spectacle of the greatest thing he has ever seen in front of his eyes take place, and while he's watching it, he's seeing his son or his daughter watch his grandchildren and the awe in their face. I'd love for you to go back and watch all of it. Put it up really loud. Listen to it. Feel it. Because those cheers, in some way, those cheers, those screams, those moments, those smiles, each and every one of you in some way created. And for that, I thank you. Thank you for this honor. I'm honored to be up here with the rest of everybody. Thank you, and continue to support Boys and Girls Club of America, please. Thank you.